Good morning, y'all. Right now I'm at home, just chilling. It's around 9 a.m. Just came from training my first client. So I'm kind of free, and since I'm here doing nothing, I just decided let me sit here and make a video, talk to you guys, share a little bit of advice or my opinions on training and how to get results from the gym, how to see difference, how to make a change in your body when you're working out. Because just woke up and there was somebody who was sending me a message on Instagram asking me like any tips and all that, and it always happens in the gym, on the internet. People ask questions like, man, give me some tips, what can I do for this, what can I do for that? And I think the best way to explain is to just say it instead of sending messages back to people. I will make this video so you can just really understand what I think about what you should be doing, or maybe what you're doing wrong. Because unless you're doing these two things or three things, forget it. You will not get any kind of results from the gym, or at least not anything impressive. Of course, you could just go to the gym and do whatever and still see maybe some results when you're new to the gym, right? Because your body is new to training. It's not you're not used to anything. So whatever you do will have an effect on your body. But in the long run, forget it. It's not gonna happen. So the most important thing, of course, you have to have your diet right. If you don't have your diet right, forget training. But this video is about training. It's not about nutrition. It's not about dieting. I'm assuming you already have your food figured out. You already have a good diet, or at least you're eating all right. Not eating every garbage and still asking training tips. Because first you have to be, you have to know what you're eating. You have to be able to eat properly, or at least you're eating properly before you even think about getting results from your training at all. So assuming that you have you're on a proper diet, you're eating good, you're sleeping, you're alright. First important thing about your training, this is what you do in the gym, is your frequency. The most important thing is the frequency, step one. How often do you go to the gym? How often do you hit the gym? If you're working out once a week, twice a week, you should be happy with twice a week results. Be realistic. Don't try to, don't lie to yourself, or don't ask for something that you haven't worked for. Excuse me. Light is coming from the window. Don't ask for what you haven't worked for. You have to be realistic. If you're working out once a week or twice a week, you should be happy with once a week or twice a week results. You cannot get the same results as somebody who's working out 4, 5, 6 days a week. It's just impossible. You cannot cheat the gym. You get what exactly you put into it. If you work out twice a week, you get twice a week results. If that. If you work out once a week, you get once a week results. If you're doing everything properly, you're still gonna get once a week results. And you're probably not doing everything properly. So step one, how many times are you working out? If you're working out twice a week, don't expect to be like, wow, this guy really works out. No, it's not gonna happen. Because you train once, twice a week, before you train that muscle again, it's already another week or two. Can't happen. So be realistic. At least, my suggestion is that at least train 3 times a week. If you really want to get some, alright, this guy looks like he hits the gym, 3 times a week. If you really want to look really amazing, really fit, really jacked, really get crazy muscles, crazy shape, at least 4 times a week. At least. So 3 times a week, you'll be like, yeah, that guy looks good, man. He hits the gym. Or that girl looks good. Looks like she work out. That's 3 times a week. If you wanna, guys really, really fit, that's like 4 times a week. If you wanna get to the higher level, that's like at least 5. That's when you talk about 5, 6, 7 days a week. Sometimes 2 sessions a day. It's levels to this shit. You put yourself where you want to be. You don't have to be You don't have to look like a super fucking fit guy or super athlete or super model unless that's what you want. If that's what you want though, you have to be prepared to put in that amount of work. Don't work out like a normal person would and expect results of a high athlete or supermodel or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't work like that. It's levels, and whatever level you're training at, that's the results you're gonna get. If you're training to look like, alright, you hit the gym, you're alright, you're not fat. Hopefully you'll not get a heart attack. That's 2-3 times a week. 4 times a week, everybody knows you work out. 5, 6, 7 days a week, that's when you really start killing it. So be realistic. Know how many times you're working out and just be satisfied with the results you're getting from that. That's number one, frequency. Number two is the intensity. That's probably number one. But you have to go there first to bring in the intensity. So it cannot be number one, but it is very important. The most important. Intensity. It's not even only about training, in life in general. I think intensity is the most important thing in life. Whatever you're doing, if you're not doing it intensely, you won't get any results from it. You're playing any sports, you're doing any kind of competition. Because in any field you're in life, there is competition, business, work, anything. If you want to achieve something, you have to kind of go through a competition because every other people in that industry or in that business is trying to take you out. If you're in business, every other people doing the same business that you're doing, they're learning and studying every day how to be the best. So it's like a competition. So how to win any competition, you have to be more intense than everyone else. If you're playing football or whatever and you're just doing it comfortably, when every other opponent is doing it with high intensity, they're gonna kick you out. You can't win without intensity. You have to feel like you have to wanna, you have to do it with with your heart and everything you got. You can't just kind of do it. And that's the biggest problem with most people that go to the gym. They just kind of work out. Nah, man, I kind of, work out a little bit. It's alright. You playing any sports? Yeah, man, I play football. No. That's alright if that's the results you want. If that's the level you want to perform at, that's okay, but be happy with that. But if you really want to excel to the highest levels, you really have to give it your heart and your soul and everything you get. In that moment that you're doing it, you have to do it with all you get. You have to be 100% intense as much as you can. Don't just go through the motion. If you're doing something, if you're going to school and you don't really focus, you're not really focused on studying, you're not really focused on your classes, you're not really having that desire to understand what you're learning, you cannot be the best student in the class. You cannot just go through the motion, go to school, listen to the teacher talk, and then go home and hopefully you pass. Maybe you pass, but you will not be the best, and you should be happy with not being the best because you're not putting in the best effort compared to somebody who's really there to really absorb this information, who's really listening, who's really studying, who's really making it a point to understand. It's going to be different levels. So intensity is the most important thing for me in life. You have to be intense. Whatever you're doing, you have to do it with all your heart. You have to go through it. You really have to feel it, not just going through the motions. So be intense with your training. If you go to the gym, 10 reps here, 5 reps there, 4 reps there, talk on the phone, talk to A, talk to B, talk to Z, work out, go home, boom. Alright, that's cool. I'm not judging you. It's not like I'm judging you. You can do whatever you want, but just at least be happy and know that that's what you're doing, so that's what you get from it. Don't go around asking people for tips or what, because there is no tips. It's about intensity. If you don't have the intensity, don't ask for tips. There is no secrets, because anybody who's giving you any secrets, they work really hard to get where they are for you to ask them those questions. So they cannot give you any shortcuts or tips or secrets. It's no secrets to it. So you have to be really intense. If you're working out, feel every rep, feel every set, give it all you get, sweat, feel like you're dying, let your muscles get worn out in the gym. Then when you go out of there, they're gonna grow stronger and bigger and the way you want it. You really have to be intense. You really have to be focused on the training. You really have to go in there and feel like you're killing yourself. It's a training. It's not supposed to be fun. It's not yoga or massage or something. You need to chill and enjoy. No, it's training, it's weight training, it's cardio, it's running, it's sweating, it's feeling the burn, it's the pain. You have to really be intense and focused and have a goal, and you go in there and you execute your plan. Don't just do 5 reps and stop when you can do 10. Do 20, do 15. Go the most you can. Never do less than you can. Then you're gonna get the results you want. So the frequency, how many times you hit the gym, the intensity, how hard are you really pushing yourself? Are you just going through the motion and just do whatever you can and just stop? Some people doing the reps really fast just to finish the count and stop. Are you really controlling it and really feeling it, really letting your muscles work really hard? Because you can do 10 reps in 1 second. Another person do 10 reps in 2 seconds. Who do you think will get better results? The one that did the 10 reps in 2 seconds, because his muscles been working for 2 seconds straight. That means there is more burn and more damage being done to his muscles. So his muscles will grow stronger to be able to handle that next time. But you that's doing it in 1 second, your muscles just started burning when you stop. So it's not about how fast you're doing it and count 25 reps. Forget the number, because if you go there with a number in your head, you just want to 20, 30, 40, 50 and stop. No, you have to really feel it. That's working out. You really feel every single rep. Even if you do less than 25 reps, but still each rep counts. Don't count the reps, make the reps count. That's where you're gonna get the results. So assuming that your diet is on point, the intensity and the frequency of your training, these two is what's gonna make a difference. It's not the supplements, it's not the secret, the tips, what exercise is best for chest, what exercise is best for arms, what is the best exercise for abs. There is no such thing. Because whatever exercise you're doing for your chest, if you're not doing it intense enough and frequently enough, that exercise is useless. So it's not about what exercises you're using. You can do push-ups or flat bench press, all for chest. It's about how you execute them. It's about how you execute that exercise and how often do you keep on doing it for the long period of time. Then you get the results. And also, the third one is patience. Forget it, you won't achieve anything without patience, because especially in training, no matter how hard you train, no matter how hard you diet, you cannot get a 6-pack tomorrow if you started today. You cannot start with 30% body fat today and want to get a 6-pack tomorrow. It's a process. You just have to enjoy the training, do everything the best way you can, and keep on doing it for the right amount of time for you to get the results that you want. No matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you study, no matter how hard you go in your business, you won't just be at the top of that without putting in the amount of time necessary. So after you're doing all the important things, you still need to be patient. You still need to give it a time to grow. You still need to allow for time to do it. You cannot force the process. You cannot cut it. You cannot force things to happen tomorrow. So you have to be patient. Be happy, be patient with what you're doing. Do it the best way you can. Just keep on doing it. And in due time, you will be rewarded. You cannot be rewarded tomorrow. People are so caught up in instant gratification. Everybody wants it now. Everybody wants to be praised now. If you want to be praised tomorrow, you have to start working on that today. If you want to get the results tomorrow, you have to work on it today. You cannot get the results just today. It doesn't happen like that. If that was the case, the results will be worthless because everybody will have them and it wouldn't be anything special. If you get something and people really admire you for that, it means it's something that is really difficult to achieve, and you achieve it, and so people admire you. If it was something you just go and get out of the trash can, nobody will talk about it. So be patient and let time do it. I think those 3 are really the most important tips I can give you. Hit the gym, do it properly, be intense, and be patient. Assuming that you're eating properly, obviously. Because if you're not eating properly, all these things are useless also. So I hope this video was helpful. Hopefully somebody somewhere will find something important in this video or something they can use to help themselves. please subscribe to my channel, and for those of you who subscribe, I really appreciate you guys sincerely, and I will keep on making videos and hopefully keep on making videos that will be helpful to you guys. And let's get it. Looking fresh in that thing, boy. That's what she said.